All right, so been a couple days. I had a bunch of stuff, family stuff going on yesterday, and then it was a snowstorm, and it was a lot of shoveling driveways and stuff. So, show you guys where I left off. We'll just pick up right from there. This is where I left off. This is not, it's actually pretty good if I just fill that little gap right there. It'll be pretty good, and just grind it down a little bit. This is pretty good, and this is pretty good. Of course, it gets a little bit, let me turn on the light. Gets a little bit out of whack right here in the corner. Also, this is my welding this up. Might not look great, but I just kind of you know, built it across there and then kind of shaved it down on the back side so that it would fit. Like I said, we've got this gap here. I'm just gonna basically weld it in place here so that I can stitch across it, and then I'll clean this up as much as I can. However, if I put seam sealer and basically caulk over it, it'll be fine. These holes aren't perfectly lined up, but they're pretty darn close. And I think this is about as good as I'm gonna get it. I don't know, I may shave this down a little bit right there. Anyway, and I probably need to clean up the back side of this first and spray some weld through primer in here. Yeah, see, that's what takes so long. Maybe we'll show you the inside here. It's just kind of tacked in right now. Sorry, some light there. Just tacked in right now. I'll probably line it up and tack it a little more and fill it in. Of course I will, not probably, will do. This is the, so yeah, so it's not much further than you guys saw last time. We'll tackle this after this is done. I'm gonna mark this where I need to shave it down just a little bit, just so I know that's where I need to grind it down. It's cold out here. That must be unplugged. Okay, I'm just gonna try to clean up. I'm actually probably gonna try to throw a wire wheel in here and clean all that stuff out. Might be a little quicker. Hey, compressor's running. I wanted to show you guys something. Which I may be having to trim this down, take out a little bit of material somewhere here, so I can bring this further up, because the rocker panel that I have, I don't know, everything's a little different. The other side I had to cut off a good 1/2 inch or more of the bottom of this. I'll swing you down a little bit here. A good 1/2 inch or more of this. I had to set it up there, scribe it across the bottom, and then cut it off, and then spot weld it all the way across here. The interesting thing is that the other side, yeah, I had to cut, it was much taller, but this side seems to be sitting right on the bottom of this lip, where I had already cut some off because this was so, this pushes down so low right now. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I had to cut some in here and try to pull it out, and anyway, the other side is done. Thank goodness. It was a nightmare. This side's getting there. But I wanted to show you guys this piece. You remember how I said I sandblasted it and everything? This is going to be on the inside, so it'll get painted when it's in there. But I did spray some weld-through primer just right here, and probably should have here as well, but I will before I put the rocker on. And I ordered a reproduction piece, and I don't know if I have it here because I only ordered the one, but the ones that they have now are very square. They just come straight down and curve in. They don't quite fit as well as the original ones, and they don't have these captured nuts in here on them, so you have to put that on if you're trying to make it. Yeah, you can just put plug welds in and call it good. That's not exactly what, I guess I didn't really want to do that, but the reason for these two little holes right here, I guess from factory, and I'm not 100% sure, but somebody can correct me, but they could kind of bolt it together in the factory before it was all spot welded and stuff. So that's what I'm doing right here, if I can get it to match up. Jeez. Cold metal. Maybe this hole isn't exactly right. I'd have to just get my drill and wherever that went. Drill. Yeah, you can kind of see it's just a little high there. I'd like it to fit as best as possible. My ratchet keeps switching on me. That's what you get for buying Canadian tools. Just kidding. Usually really good. And in fact, these are hardly even used, so see that? Wants to switch to okay, just keep working. I think these bolts might be a little longer than the ones that I took out, but I don't know where those are, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey there. Kind of tight, kind of good, maybe. Pretty tight fit, I'd say. Very tight fit. I'm half tempted just to burn this in right now. I don't know. So I'm sort of waiting on that other side. Maybe I'll put a couple of tacks on it right now. That's more betterer. Yeah, I'll probably just hammer this down once I get this kind of burnt in there. I think now I can probably tighten these up. Oh yeah, well, I don't know. It should be pretty solid. You can kind of see, because I've kind of popped these welds off here, that I've got some movement up here to be able to move it out wherever I need it to be to match the new rocker. And I'm going to have to throw the door on just to make sure that the rocker is at the right height. I can't even see some of this, so this has a really nice fit, so I had a couple of miscuts with the grinder right there, so it's really thin, so I'm just going to have to do the best I can with that. Good to go, I think, I hope. Yep, just like that. And that edge fits right on the bottom down there. It's crazy. You can see this overlap right there. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that, but that's got to come way in. I'll have to grind this down, of course, spray it. Not bad, it's coming along. Okay, what to do next, Dave? Yeah, so I'm starting to nick that, so it's getting pretty low right now, so I'll switch over to, I like this. I like this a lot. Really good. Of course, I'm running low on these belts, and this belt's not looking hot. Telling you, these really don't last that long. I'm getting some carbide ones. Hopefully those are better. Call me crazy, but whatever gets the job done. You know what I mean? Dang! That ain't bad, huh? Alright. So, of course, we don't have this front welded in yet. See how it looks like it needs to be pulled forward? You're gonna have to figure that out. Maybe it'll just take some beatings. So, pretty good, but we got, like I said, we've got this going on too here, see? So I'm gonna have to figure out how I can push that in here, but then it pushes it out. So, kind of don't want that going on.
So we'll have to try to figure that out at some point. But it looks like it'll push in far enough. What we got to do is maybe put a couple of tacks on here once I get the front in, that front support on, all welded and cleaned up. Then maybe we can put a couple of tacks in there, or put the door on and then see where we can clamp it so it fits the door properly. Yeah. Okay. Moving forward, I'm gonna grab that piece and start doing it maybe.
Cleaned up a little bit, moved some things, really just piled some stuff here and there and everywhere. I realized that as I was putting this on that I need to trim it just a little bit there. It really fogs up fast. That fits on there with it on there, which doesn't seem like it wants to, of course. It's pulling it back at like a 1/4 inch or so. So I think I may have had that on the other side. Just set that down there. Should I be cutting a couple of plugs through? Ooh, wow. Really moved it. That's not bad though. Snow falling. The thought occurs to me that I may need to drill a couple of holes in here for spot welds. And maybe one up here and one right here, just to plug weld it together on there, because this will be welded. So I'll put a couple here, I guess, unless, I don't know, my spot welder doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. Anywho's, that looks horrible. I guess I need to be welding through here too, but I didn't drill any holes there, and that's in there. Yeah. I guess what I'll do is I'll just use my spot weld cutter and cut some holes right here, and then I'll plug weld it, clamp it and plug weld it, or something. Or I'll drill some holes through it. Well, I'll put some screws in it, hold it and clamp it. This side's welded already, so can we use this to like pull this in at all? Gotta be turned in. I think it needs some. Boop. Nope. Need. Didn't I have the other big one up here to kind of squeeze it in before? Okay, I'm just gonna take it off. I'll do it. I'm gonna punch a couple holes in it right now. Somewhere. Somewhere in I guess we know there's a hole there. And there's a hole about here. So we need a couple of holes here. We need a hole here and maybe a hole here. I don't know. seems to kind of pushed off. So, that's what we'll do. Hang tight. Okay. Here we go. Final fit up or something. Just trying to be in your way, you know, so you can't see anything. Gap seems to be getting kind of bigger. Quite a bit bigger. Let's get these two lined up as best we can. Looks pretty good. Yeah. I say we weld it up because that's probably the best it's gonna get, let's be honest. Yep. Just want to be honest with myself here. Oh, snap. All right. far from here anyway, which is where I needed to be, so. There you have it. That ain't going anywhere now. Well, it is what it is, and it ain't gonna get much better, unfortunately. So it's going. We're doing it. I don't even think we probably don't need this there anymore. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is not my finest work. Oh boy. Well, okay, so the next thing I'm gonna have to do is just finish spot welding this up, finish cleaning up whatever I need to clean up. I'm pretty much out of weld through primer, so I'm gonna have to get some more to spray the back side of this. So far, you know, it's not looking half bad. So I'm gonna do some cleanup of the shop, and I've got 3 or 4 days before I get some weld through primer that I can actually do this. So I may be just throwing the door on here and trying to do some fit up and stuff. So we'll call it good for now, eh? I'm gonna call this an episode because I've been doing quite a bit on here. There's a lot of content that I'm gonna have to weed through and speed up and stuff. So like and subscribe, please. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, eh?